Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Leo. I thank you, Spirit. Ooh, there's friction. The cards are jumping. Leo, let's see what's going on. The Justice card with the Tower. So there's a karmic ending of a cycle here. Justice is proving itself. There is guilt in someone. There is that facing of truth, facing of reality, that coming into this is not going to go on any longer. There is a new beginning here. We see our Ace of Cups, so that gentleness towards the self, that coming into appreciating who you are, what you have, and what you can offer. An offer in itself, but a new beginning because it comes next to the Tower. So recognizing that something must come to an end and having a deeper understanding because of whatever that is that must come to an end. It's hemmed in, whatever it is that needs to end is hemmed in with the justice system, the act of doing the right thing, and that deep sense of knowing right from wrong. So it could be taken on any and every level where you are going through personal and private change, where you have come to understand circumstances that you've been through or that you have suffered to the point where now you have come to release yourself and say, you know, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to be a part of this anymore, whatever this is. And the fact that you recognize that there is truth behind the changes that need to take place, that there is a deeper understanding, higher knowledge, being that you've learned a particular lesson or many lessons from circumstance. There is judgment here on both sides saying that it's a legal conflict, or not just legal, but again, knowing right from wrong and doing the right thing. Graduating to the level of self-improvement, self-knowledge. I acknowledge that this in me must change. I must end this type of behavior, etc. Then we had some other cards that didn't want to go in. Here we see the Ten of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands and the Five of Swords with the Six of Pentacles. And this is really a set of beliefs. You know, I want to do what I want to do. Now I have the opportunity, or I'm giving myself that. I'm taking time for myself and I'm going to do whatever it takes. Again, we have that sense of being lied to, calling out lies, putting an end to a family situation. Again, the Tower shows up here with the 10 of Pentacles and the 16. So it could just be that there's a breakup in a relationship, there's a divorce, there's calling out third parties, there's that sense of betrayal, having betrayed a partnership, recognizing that they've been betrayed, wanting to make things right, being fair with the Six of Pentacles, having had that things were not going fairly, now they will be going fairly. Putting an end to because the cards were they were knocking and there was no agreement. So fighting and bickering and wanting to have, wanting to take. See, we have the Tower with the Hierophant. So divorce proceedings coming to a closure, putting things to an end, moving on mentally, physically. Leo, you've been busy. Deck splits with the Ace of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. So we see here that that new beginning is to bring things back into balance. That taking on self-love, giving to yourself, being more appreciative of who you are, what you have to offer, and that what you have to offer, you give it to yourself. You release yourself. The deck split on the Page of Pentacles. So taken from the past and moving on from the past, taking what you know, taking what you learned, taking the experiences and saying, you know what, I've had that, I don't want that anymore, I'm making new plans and I'm moving on. Yes, Leo, it is the time where, again, the deck splits with the Two of Cups. So a new commitment is on the horizon. Or you've made your mind up. You've committed to taking care of yourself. You've learned from experience and you're moving away from that which no longer serves you. And that is what needs to happen, because the Tower coming down, the Hierophant and Justice all showing up at the same time is inevitable change. You have to move on. You're learning from experiences, and it's not been easy. And this week here that I'm doing this reading from the 14th onwards to the 20th, it's really a rough ride, because we have Mars and Mercury colliding. And that's volatility, it's expressed through bickering and fighting, especially among siblings. So family disputes. We saw the Ten of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands. So having fighting with the family, having fighting with between sisters, having fighting, arguing, and just calling out lies, deceit, and betrayal in general. It's rough. It's been rough. It's going to be rough. October for some, especially the fire signs, is because you're triggered. You're triggered. And Leo, you're not different. You're a fire sign. So if you've been triggered, well, you need to ride it out. You need to focus on you and really take care of you. So I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, protecting me and keeping me safe. And Leo, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. But most of all, for showing up. And I've switched over to the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot for the reading using the Celtic spread. And this deck is created by Giulia F. Massaglia. And in that, I use the Energy Oracle by Sandra and Taylor to bring up more in-depth meaning around the energy that surrounds you that you don't see when I pull that card. And for the general overall energy of this read for October, I'm using the Mystical Shaman Oracle, which is created by Alberto, Villoldo, Colette, Baron-Reid, and Marcela, Lobos. So starting off, first card out, we're looking at Temperance. So Spirit is guiding you, Leo. Again, what we saw, that mini read I just did there, it's pretty deep and volatile. So fighting, arguing, you're coming out of that mindset of picking fights or feeling that you have to defend yourself. You're dealing with that in a mental way, and of course Jupiter is helping you there. Jupiter's moving into Cancer. It already has, so you're going to have a sense of appeasement for a while. But again, this week following from the 13th onward until the 20th, or the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. It's a rough mental state for most of us. And if you're getting into arguments, or if you've been in arguments, well, now you know what you're dealing with, and you're leaning toward the righteousness, in the sense where you're fighting for the right reason, or you're fighting to be on the right side. But again, advice is to just stay away from fighting in general. Here we have our Temperance card, which is a sense of healing. Again, that Ace of Cups with the dove. Healing the soul, healing the spirit, healing the mind, putting things into perspective from a point of patience, where you are mixing, you are taking the best and the worst, and looking to see your way clear. Again, this is very deep feeling, deep sensation, wanting to take care of yourself and to help others. You're being tested with anxiety and anguish. Again, having to fight, or having been put through a very difficult time. The anxiety that is crossing your mind, or will be crossing your mind. This is where you're taking the worst and the best, and you're making the most of it. You're deciding, you're making the judgment calls, you're really protecting yourself, or you're feeling that you need to, but then Spirit is guiding this. You don't trust anything with certain individuals, or just in general. You're not trusting what is going on around you. You feel that vulnerability. You're being put through more tests of, are you able to back away from fights, not get into them, to hold back instead of stepping forward and feeling the need to defend. Sometimes not saying anything is the best way to go. Here we see the Queen of, well, I say a Queen now, so it could be Justice here coming through as the Queen of Swords, but this is the Justice card, so you may be dealing with a fire sign. You may be dealing with an air sign, and they have either given you advice, or you're following some form of knowledge that you may have come into. But again, justice being served here, so fighting for the right, or being that you're looking at the honesty within someone, or that you are being called to be honest. Again, it could be for divorce for some of you, because I was about to say Queen of Swords, and she is connected to that singlehood from being divorced and choosing to stay single. Could be that is what the Justice card is bringing up, calling out third parties, or having had to, or feeling victimized by third parties, looking into what is truth, what you've been told, trying to make sense of certain truths, or what would be distorted truth. Here we see the Four of Wands, so coming away from a marriage, going into divorce, making that decision to get married or to not get married, depending on the circumstance, but being on mutual ground within a relationship, or having been informed with higher knowledge. That again, we saw the Hierophant at the beginning, and we saw the Justice card, so graduating on different levels of knowledge, where from school for some, others it's in life, where you've come to realize that a marriage is futile, or is to happen, or that there was issues going on around having a marriage, getting the truth and deciding not to marry. It's so funny that I went from the bottom to the side to the top. I will leave it like that, because Usually I pull this card first, but I came here first. So I'm being guided this way for your read. Interesting, because the Queen of Pentacles is where you graduate to self-sufficiency and being able to take care of yourself. Or you may be dealing with an earth sign. Again, earth sign, air signs. Could be just your sense of independence and honesty. Leo. Your mind is on making your own money and supporting yourself, being able to provide. Some of you may have children that you have to take care of, that you are single parents, or you're making that decision to become a single parent, and this is where you are taking the best and the worst to make up your mind, or to really heal from that sense of vulnerability that you know that you've been placed in. But you're coming out with that sense of I am able to, because remember, she does represent the Empress, and having that intuitive know-how on what is the right thing to do, and then making the right moves. You already have, because Spirit is guiding you in that direction to let go of what no longer serves you. Being self-sufficient. And here she is, our Queen of Swords. So again, coming full circle, the way I was going around this reading, starting with justice, coming back to justice being served through our Queen of Swords, where the divorce will come through if it is that some of you are looking at that. And for others, it is that independence and that honesty and getting the truth. Having the person or persons that need to speak to you, they will come to you with the truth. Here we see victory, where you are victorious. You are standing in your victory because certain truth has come to you. Again, from the past, you were either dealing with, reckoning with, or just working things out, or you received paperwork, documentation, where the contract is stipulated, where the fine print has been looked into, or signatures have been put on to documents where it is established that you are on your own, you will be on your own, you are divorced, etc. The paperwork is going through. The victory is yours. So certain truth and certain movement, because you have done something, you have either found out or it has come to you. Or here we see the future as in it will be done. You will be on your own. You will be able to take that step into independence because it's on your mind, being self-sufficient and being alone. Victory will be yours, Leo. It is already here. The truth, at least you have the truth. The energy around you, it's interesting that it is the 13, because this is where change is coming. We saw the Tower, both broken numbers bringing in the Tower in the Pentacles, and then the Tower itself with justice. So energy around you it's evolving. Things are evolving. Certain people around you have no choice but to fade out or to grow up. Either way, you are being protected. Spirit has your back. And the truth is what sets everything in motion and brings in that sense of freedom and growth and expansion. And again, letting go of what no longer serves. So certain people are going to just leave that no longer serve. You've learned whatever lesson. Again, we saw the Hierophant at the beginning. You've learned the lesson from the experience. So they're no longer needed revolve around you, so you rise above and they move away. This card wanted to come, so we'll take it. The Eight of Pentacles. This is, again, hopes and fears, where the money, being able to have that support, being able to find work, being able to do what you want to do as work, paying attention to the details, not overlooking any details. The fear is in just that some details are going to be overlooked, that what work you want to do will not be complete. But Spirit is showing that whatever no longer serves will be no longer a hindrance to you. So the fear will subside and the abundance will come, because you are able to do, and because any disturbances or obstacles are going to be removed, and you'll be able to focus on your work and become more and have that abundance that you know you can do. The final card to this is our Page of Cups. So again, go in with what you love, paying attention to what you want, having that dream and being able to provide to make it come true, that sense of healing, being able to go into whatever healing you need or feel that you need, you'll be able to do it. Having a new relationship or becoming independent, that you can build on what it is you love in your art, if it is that you are looking to express yourself through any form of art. You'll have the means. You will have the means to provide that space that you can develop and start what art you're interested in, or that you've been held back from being able to do and share with the world. You'll be able to do that now, because we saw the Ace of Cups, and here we have the Ace bringing that dream to come forward, having dreams come true, or wanting to work on what you've been longing to do for the longest time. Here we see the Chariot. So again, things are shifting in a whole new direction, where you get in to do what you want. Things are going to take form to be able to provide for you. And we see the Empress here. We see her come through with the Queen of Pentacles, and this is what you are thinking of. And the timeline for her is 3 months. So we're looking forward to the next 3 months. So say by December, you'll see a shift. You'll see that, you'll actually feel the shift, and that drive and desire to move forward become stronger and stronger, so that you are able to move off on your own. And here you are in your glory, stepping out, doing what you want, having that freedom, knowing that you have the freedom, and really living it, living that sense of freedom, and getting that justice being served. Again, whatever documentation that had been required or is being required is coming through. Payout is happening here. One way or another, a sense of family. You're getting to feel that sense of family, or you're developing into that sense of, I get to do what I want. I'm truly happy, because this is the epitome of happiness. And your king is right here, or you are the king, depending the evolution from the knight to the king, becoming a father for some. Feeling that sense of freedom is the payback is in that where you were feeling cheated, or that maybe you had cheated someone. Your sense of justice is coming in, where you decide now to build on that togetherness, to build on that relationship, to get to the point of having a new relationship, or renewing a relationship, or coming into having that sense of forgiveness, belonging, wanting to go back in to become that family. Getting the news of pregnancy for some, knowing that there are children coming in. Whole new direction. Wanting to have that family. Wanting to create and build. And standing in your integrity. Again, having that conversation and starting anew. Coming into the abundance. Again, justice is being served here. All right, let's take a look at the energy for the 13, because that is the card that shows up as the external energy around you, Leo, and what it is that 13 would represent through the oracle message. We'll take one card. It says here, it is the goddess of the moon. So within a month, things are turning around. That sense of intuition, you're following. That's guidance from spirit. You're being guided to go in the direction of getting to a sense of completion. Having that fear and anxiety taken from you, being able to evolve, or the people around you, either growing up, learning from, having that fear that you will leave or that you are leaving, is forcing them to change and grow and learn and pay attention to what they may have been ignoring about you. For some. For others, it is really honing in on your own intuition. Spirit is giving you, opening up doors for you in that sense. Let's see, 52 comes into a 7. That's the Chariot. Shifting, going in a whole new direction. Let's see. Going within the intuition. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright, reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. The goddess of the moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you've avoided a 3-hour traffic jam. Or you might have an idea for the great invention, a stock investment, or a spellbinding novel. This card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. You're always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up, get ready for the amazing inspiration this brings. And that's in the upright. See what the reverse says and if it connects with you. Well, for some of you anyway. This card reverse feels blocked intuition, an inner discomfort, or a sense of living in the dark. You have a deep desire to know your purpose and truth, but they can feel very distant. This is a message of dissatisfaction, where your inner life is connected. It's possible that extreme worry and discontent are the obstacles to the inner peace and wisdom you seek. If so, you need to let that go and renew your faith in yourself and your eternal spirit. Get out of your own way and release the fear that's blocking the truth. The truth of your blessed eternal nature. Your soul, your higher self, knows you best. So allow stillness into your life. Listen to the stirring of your own intuitive voice and trust what you receive. Now again, this is in reflection to the 13, and the 13 represents what goes on around you. This is not you, this is other people, even spirit. So if it is that you are connecting with that sense of discomfort or anxiety, then it is a question of paying attention and allowing spirit to guide you. If it is dealing with other people, then they need to allow for spirit to guide them. You take it as it resonates. So the affirmation for this, if you want to sit with it: I have a strong intuitive voice. I freely receive guidance, and I understand and trust the messages I receive. Okay, so let's listen. Oh, let's listen. Yes, let's listen to that, the messages coming in, and find our way through the messages. There is a renewal here, a new beginning. A new beginning, a start, looking at what you love to do, going in that direction, following that intuitive guide from within. Let's see the general energy for the read. Oh, look at that. Beauty way. The lotus. Again, 4, finding balance. Finding that balance and really being able to connect. Let's see. The beauty way is both a path that you travel. The beauty way is both a path that you travel on and a daily practice. The path is where you choose to perceive only beauty before you, behind you, and all around you as you journey through life. The practice is where you make or take action to bring beauty to every situation you are in. Again, when I said taking the worst and the best and deciding which way to go, when things get ugly, you act as being When things get ugly, you act to bring integrity and peace to a difficult encounter. When everyone else perceives only darkness, you point out the light and help uncover the hidden treasures. The beauty way invites you to create beauty in your life and to recognize the beauty inside yourself and in others. Stop to smell the roses, take a deep breath, look up at the stars, and recognize the splendor that surrounds you. See the beauty in whatever situation you find yourself in, and you will receive the lesson that life is teaching you in a kind and gentle way. And on that note, Leo, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.